One of the chief architects of Obamacare is now out of work. The Rutland Herald reports Jonathan Gruber will no longer work for Vermont's healthcare system after the state settled a fraud suit. Gruber was accused of charging the state for work he never did when he was hired to craft a single-payer healthcare system.
Welcome, everybody. Does it seem like the left is unraveling? I mean, Gruber, remember when he was in the news when he effectively said, yeah, we tricked you on Obamacare. It was we designed it in such a way that it would be tricky. And of course, the Supreme Court, Roberts, gave us this monstrosity. But let me tell you, it always comes back to get them. And such as Gruber. Gruber is a brilliant guy, economist from MIT. Now he's a pariah. He's got the bug. He wants to skate as well. But he's not the only thing. What about Fox talking about Lynch and Clinton in this new revelation? Let's play that clip because I want to talk about that a little bit.
Breaking news on the FBI's decision to reopen its search for documents on that secret meeting between former Attorney General Loretta Lynch and former President Bill Clinton last year. The department initially claimed there were no documents that existed on the meeting. Well, the American Center for Law and Justice knew that wasn't true, demanded some answers. They've gotten hundreds of pages of emails, and they've made some interesting discoveries. Jordan Sekulow is an attorney for the group behind the request for information from the FBI. Good morning, Jordan.
Good morning, Shannon.
All right, I understand that you have uncovered something that may link back to now Special Counsel Robert Mueller. Tell us about that.
That's right. So we've been going through these 413 initial pages that were delivered by the Department of Justice, because the Department of Justice actually did say that they had records when we took them to court and sent them over these 413 pages a couple of weeks ago. So we've been kind of going by them line by line, individual by named individual. And we found yesterday, one of our attorneys was going through this, younger attorneys was going through this, and he found that one of the names that was not redacted by the FBI, but was an FBI press official who received an email from the Washington Post about whether the FBI agents and Bill Clinton's security detail, President Clinton's detail, coordinated the meeting between Loretta Lynch and Bill Clinton on the Tarmac in Phoenix. The press official contacted at the Department of at the FBI, at the Department of Justice, is now the head of press for Robert Mueller's special counsel team. His name is Peter Carr. So Peter Carr was directly involved in the Loretta Lynch, Bill Clinton Tarmac meeting response and press response, and now he's leading the press team for the special counsel investigating the Trump campaign in Russia.
Holy cow, how is that for a revelation? Welcome back, everybody. Kevin Jackson here. KJRadio.com. 844-551-8255. Bill Clinton set this meeting up with crooked Loretta Lynch. That's it. Americans knew this from the start. You certainly did. Come on, work with me now, conservatives. Only a fool or a leftist, redundant, I know, would believe otherwise. We wrote of the discovery of the Tarmac meeting at the time and the revelation that there was evidence to this effect. It's been proven time and time again as the long list of scandals involving the Clintons has been brushed under the rug, and they got help. And I said at the time, recall the famous Phoenix meeting on the Tarmac between then Attorney General Loretta Lynch and Bill Clinton. The meeting happened while Hillary Clinton was under investigation for her private email server, yet Comey curiously found, did you hear my voice crack? I'm going through puberty again. Curiously found no connection between the two, declaring the event serendipitous. He was asked at the time, people, pay attention. He was asked, is there any connection? Do you have any data, any type of information, emails, etc.? And you know what Comey said? We don't have anything. The ACLJ then gets the records. They poured over these records that were given to them at the time. And here's what they wrote. We just obtained hundreds of pages in our ongoing investigation in the federal lawsuit on former Attorney General Lynch's Tarmac meeting. And they said, a new report, and they said the results are shocking. First, the Comey FBI lied to us. Last July, we sent FOIA requests to both Comey FBI and the Lynch DOJ asking for any documents related to the Clinton-Lynch plane meeting. The FBI, under the then dictatorship of James Crooked Comey, quickly replied, no records responsive to your request were located. Now let me explain Comey and language. Notice what he said. No records to your specific request were located. Now how many outs does that leave him? No records to the specific. How specific do you need to be? And were located. Located how? Meaning I couldn't physically put my hands on them, or we couldn't find them on the internet. What? He left himself wiggle room. Now you and I, we're smart. We understand exactly what he's saying. He's saying, I ain't giving you anything. And that's what he gave them. Gave them nothing. They said, interestingly, documents existed regarding the infamous meeting where Lynch and Clinton struck a deal. Yes. It's clear there were multiple records within the FBI responsive to our request, is what they write, and that discussions regarding the surreptitious meeting between then AG Lynch and the husband of the subject of an ongoing FBI investigation reached the highest levels of the FBI. Comey knew he's a crook. And now he's got a multi-million-dollar book deal. He's running, looking for extradition. Crooked man. Crooked man, I tell you. I'm going to go Chris Tucker on you. So then we get breaking news about more. We find out that the guy who ran interference, who was the spokesperson, well, we don't have anything. I mean, what are you people here to see? Turns out he's been promoted. He's been bumped up. He now serves at the behest of Mueller. Mueller? Nazi Mueller? So Mueller, who's now running his witch hunt on Donald Trump. Hey, by the way, anybody heard anything from the Russians? Huh? Dos Vidanya? Where are we to? Where are the Russians? Where's the scandal? Where's Manafort? Where's Jared Kushner? Putin? Why haven't we heard Putin's name in a while? Where are these people? So anyway, now the guy who was over this whole thing is a guy named Peter Carr. And you can bet your sweet behind that Mueller, whatever his name is, special prosecutors, he knew that the guy who was a spokesperson for the Department of Justice, who lied through his teeth, he's now part of the Mueller investigation. See, leftists don't care. The end justifies the means. Now here's what Carr, I did a little research. Carr posted this on his Facebook page. No, LinkedIn. That's what it was. More than 15 years of experience in acting communication strategies for top officials in the U.S. executive and legislative branches. All these communications guys are looking to get to the pinnacle. They want to be the president's, person. Now, what's interesting about this is Carr, with his 15 years of experience, 5 of them were spent with Orrin Hatch, where apparently Carr likely honed his skills as a rhino. Let's hope that Trump begins to untangle this web, people, because it is intricate. It is a swamp you've never seen in your life. See, we need to have leftists doing the perp walk. We only need one. A Hillary Clinton, a Barack Obama, somebody like that. We need one of these suckers doing the perp walk. Then I'll feel vindicated. Will you? I'd like to get more. But I'm saying if we get that one. And here's a little thing about Peter Carr. And it was in response to an ethics inquiry about one of the members of Mueller's team while Carr was still under the watchful eye of Jim Comey. They said this: Peter Carr, the DOJ spokesperson for the special counsel team, said in an email only that, quote, department ethics experts reviewed Mueller's situation. Lawyers at Mueller's former firm, Wilmer, Cutler, Pickering, Hale, and Dorr, represent individuals who are reportedly part of the Russia investigation, including Trump's son-in-law and senior advisor, Jared Kushner, and determined that Mr. Mueller's participation in the matters assigned to him is appropriate. So apparently, Mueller's former firm represents Kushner and also, who else? Anyway, let's see, his son-in-law and senior, Jared Kushner, that's it. son-in-law and senior advisor, who's he's both those roles. They represent him, and so there's a potential conflict of interest. I would say to this, now I know that Kushner didn't do anything, but I'd be concerned because Mueller has access to that previous law firm, and you cannot trust the left. You can't trust them. So this adds another layer of intrigue to this whole situation. And I'm telling you right now, I've said it once, if I've said it 1,000 times, somebody's going down hard over this one. I'm telling you, folks. I got my popcorn.